So last week, the Pan Africa crew and I took a trip to Galaxy Energy, and trust me, it was awesome. Inverters, lithium batteries, solar panels, they've got the full package. Why were we there? Well, a while back, we installed a 15 kilowatt Galaxy lithium battery for one of our customers, and it performed beautifully well. So we had to go behind the scenes and see what magic they were actually doing. So now guess what? We got our hands on one of their systems right here, an 8 kilowatt Galaxy inverter and the 15 kilowatt lithium ion battery. I'm more excited about the lithium ion batteries, by the way. So let me show you what it's like. So here are some of the specs for the inverter. It's pretty basic. The rated power is 8,500 VA, and that's around 8,500 watts. DC input is 48 volts, 220 amp hour, so you can get up to 220 amp hour. The AC output is 230 volts, which is the normal rated power that we use in Nigeria. Other countries use around 110, 120. For the AC charger mode, because you can actually still use this with your with the grid, so it's basically grid tied. You can get up to like the normal 230 volt, which is like the normal thing. But I think the most interesting part would be that, yeah, definitely this is hybrid, and I'm just going to show you the full inverter right here. So this is what it really looks like. The weight, not so much. On the MPPT side, you see that it's a 5,500 watts, 60 volts. Around you can get up to like 500. So if you are stringing this actual inverter, you can do up to like 500 volts. That is actually pretty awesome. This is your AC input unit right here, and you have the dual MPPT here. You have solar input 1 and solar input 2, so you can put in 2 of that right here. And you also have an optional Wi-Fi connection on the bottom right here, so you can just put in your Wi-Fi and that's actually going to work for it. So that's in cases where you want remote monitoring and stuff like that. With inverters like this, it's actually very interesting for you to have remote monitoring, you know, so that you basically anywhere you are in the world, you can actually see what's happening on the inverter. Another thing that I would like to show you is basically inside. So I'm just going to open this up and I'm going to show you what's actually inside. Just going to open this up. You see. So like I said, you have dual solar inputs. You have one on this side, you have the other one here. So you need like MC4 connectors to actually connect this. I'm sure this is actually going to come in the bag. I was actually expecting Galaxy to actually send this in the original carton, but they sent just the inverter alone. So I don't know how they were expecting me to actually connect this, but I'm sure I have MC4 connectors around the office here, so I'm just going to be putting this up. This is just to protect the inverter itself, so that you don't have it just pulling down or just exposed and stuff like that. So it's basically inside the inverter once you open up the cover right here. So I opened the Felicity inverter, and one of the things that I noticed was that there were no fans on the solar input side, and some of the fans that it had was just on the inverting side. So this is the inverter side, this is the inverter area where all the work for all the inverter and basically everything that has to do with the inverting, like converting your DC to AC, this is where it basically is. And you can see that it has 2 fans there. That's actually good reasoning. And if you look on the other side, for the solar MPPT side also, it also has 1 fan, which is actually pretty awesome. You want to actually keep your inverters cool at all times. So if you're planning to install the Galaxy 15 kilowatt lithium ion battery, here's something you should know. It's first of all that it weighs around 115 kg. So please don't try to lift this alone. Battery is heavy duty in every sense. Now let's talk about the specs. Battery type is lithium iron phosphate, that's LiFePO4. Configuration is 16S1P. Not that that's very, very necessary for you to know, but I'm a battery geek, so. The rated voltage is 51.2 volts. The rated capacity is 300 amp hour. Total energy gives you around 15.36 kilowatts of usable energy. The circle life is typically 6,000 circles, so you can do around 80% depth of discharge. It has a battery management system to protect you from under voltage, over voltage, and basically all those things. Communication is your CAN and RS485 protocols, depending on the model for the inverter integration. So you want to make sure that your inverter can actually speak to this. The battery is ideal for residential backup systems, off-grid solar, or small commercial setup that requires stable energy storage. So I'll be connecting the Galaxy 8.5 kilowatt inverter and the 15 kilowatt LiFePro4 battery to that wall over there. So I'm just going to be showing you like how the entire process is, and I'm pretty excited. So it's time to test it and actually see if what we did was actually right. Turn on the battery first. Yeah. Let's turn on the inverter. And the inverter is on also. So this is the first time I'm actually seeing this. I love the way the lights, glow on all around it. So we connected to the RS485, and I'm just going to be connecting the other side also to the RS485. Let's see if we can get so we have an error here. I don't know what that actual error is. Settings. So for the battery setting, we have okay. So it's already on lithium. It says lithium 2 right here. So we can just keep that where it is. Let's go back and let's see if we still have that error. We don't have the error anymore, so we connected it to the right place. So this inverter and that battery right there is actually going to be powering this electric kettle, and apart from the electric kettle, I'm also going to be powering this electric cooker right here. So let's see, which one do we do first? Mini, mo. Let's go with this first. All right, so I'm just going to plug this in to the socket right there. I have it all plugged in already, so I'm just going to put that on. And on the electric kettle, it requires you to actually push a button. So I'm just going to push that button. Let's see if something is going to happen. So you can already see it from this side that the light is on. It's actually coming up already. So I won't be able to actually show you the actual wattage from the inverter yet, but let's see what we actually get, if we can actually make tea out of this. So I have a tea bag here, and yeah, voila, and honey. So I'm not showing you how to make tea. Let's just see how this works.
A few moments later.
Okay, so that's the click we actually need to hear. So I have my tea on the Galaxy Energy system that we have here. This one can actually get up to around 3,500. I don't know if I should unplug this because this is rated 16, around 16 amps. So I can't actually plug the two together. So, but I can plug just this one to get up to 3,500 safe space. So I'm sure that whatever I'm doing, it's not going to catch on fire or anything.
Okay.
So let's leave this on the side. I've already done something, so I know that my kettle can actually work with the Galaxy Energy system. So now I have my cooker right here. I'm just going to be plugging this in to my plug. Let's put it off, and there it is. So it's currently being powered. So this is very hot. I don't think I can drink this. I don't think so. I have my connection right here. It's basically powered already. I'm just going to turn this on, and okay, that's supposed to work. Okay. He has the magic finger. 600, 700. Looks like 700 is the max. Okay, so 700 is the max on this actually, and you can actually see this actually starting to heat up, and that's way amazing. All right, so at 700, let's see what we're actually getting here. So I'm not really seeing so much on this. So okay, yes, L1 says 24. We're just using like 24% of this. So that's around 2.10 kilowatts on the inverter, and I still have my red hot, very red hot cooker right here. So it's actually becoming very hot, and this is actually pulling that actual number. So that's pretty amazing to see. With my hand on the top right here, I can actually already feel the heat, and that's pretty amazing. I can actually cook with this without issues, no issues at all. So that means that this is actually pretty awesome. At 700 degrees, it pulls about 2,000 and something from 2,000. Let's check that out. Okay, 2.1 or 2.8 or 9 kilowatts from the inverter. So you have minus 41.61 actual current that's actually coming out from there, and you can actually see the capacity also at 280.60. And yes, we actually went down a little bit with 96% on the on the battery, and the screen is pretty awesome. It's very usable. You can just basically go down to see all the figures that you actually need to see on the system right there. So I have it at currently 1.79. I think it's starting to come down a little bit. Maybe starting to see that there's not a lot of function around it. Yeah, so it's usable, right? And you don't need to do any of the crazy stuff with this. Yeah, another thing is connecting batteries and inverters like this requires professional work, and that's why I didn't actually do this alone. I had to get the help of an engineer here in Palm. And so make sure that you're not doing this on your own. And that's it for me. I hope you actually enjoyed this. I need to go put off that stuff right there, and I'm not drinking that tea. Oh, don't forget, please like, subscribe, share. Bye guys.